Alrighty, so today we're doing Cthulhu-chan. I don't think she's from an anime or anything. There's just a figure of her on a website that like sells anime figures, and I think she's just a figure. But I think she looks super cute, and that's why I wanted to draw her. So sorry about all these like really fast flashing images. It's because this video is at 1,000 times speed, which is twice as fast as most of my drawn-outs. Because this took me forever to draw, and you'll see why. It's because there's a million little details. You'll see them. You'll know what it is. So yeah, it was gonna be like 45 minutes long. And quite frankly, I just didn't have 45 minutes worth of content to talk about in relation to Cthulhu-chan. And also, it was boring. Like, I was watching it back to make sure everything looked good, and it was like, yeah, this looks fine, but I'm bored because I'm just, like, you get it, you know, you watch someone draw the first 100 tentacle suckers, and it's like, you know what, I've seen this, I don't need to watch them draw the other 300 tentacle suckers. Oh, here comes the first big hurdle, her hand. I don't know why I just couldn't do hands. I was furious. This alone, this hand took me like, too long. I'm gonna say at least 30 minutes, but I think it was definitely more than that. And here's the trick. In a pose like this, where she's like both hands are doing the same thing, copy and paste and flip that shit. There's no reason to struggle through drawing the second hand when it's like, I've got one that looks decent. We'll just use that one again. It's not cheating, it's an available resource. It's as much cheating as using a car is to get to your destination is cheating. Work smarter, not harder. Yeah, so all those flashing images should be good by now. Sorry about that in the beginning. But yeah, the website is called Ami Ami. That's AMI. I don't have any anime figures, but I think they look cool, and I like just looking at them. Maybe one day I'll have extra money to burn on anime figures. The foolish thing is, I don't know. Like, I'd probably get figures of an anime I don't even particularly like. Cause it's Love Live, and it's like, well, that anime was only fine, but those figures look pretty cool. So yeah, I wanted Cthulhu-chan to look, very cute still, cause she's got this cute idol, like image. Of course, she looks cute, the figure is very cute. And I wanted to keep that, but I wanted also to sort of hint at the eldritch horror aspect of actually Cthulhu. By the way, I'm super excited to see if there are any of those annoying comments that are like, this is a bastardization of Cthulhu, he's an eldritch horror, he's not some cute anime waifu, anime ruins everything. Cause it's like, wow, way to not have fun. No one cares about your weeby eldritch horror, okay? No one gives a shit that the tentacle monster looks cool now. Okay, get over it. But yeah, I wanted to hint at the fact that Cthulhu is like actually, you know, an eldritch monster. So that'll come through with the lighting especially. So I'll talk on that a little bit more when we get there. Yeah, so we just blazed past the first round of having to do all these details, and I chose this. I decided to make this very complicated image, because I wanted her to really fill up the screen, because, you know, of course, the most interesting part about her and Cthulhu are all these tentacles. It's the aquatic nature of Cthulhu, of him being an octopus, that's the most interesting part of him. So I really wanted to emphasize her hair, that's in air quotes there, because the tentacles are not only just a big element of the figure as well. I mean, you know, they take up a lot of space, but yeah, just because they're the most interesting part about it, because otherwise it is just a girl wearing, like, Cthulhu-themed stuff. The tentacle hair really makes her actually feel like Cthulhu. This is actually a really good... okay, so by the way, I'm interrupting myself to mention that the coloring process was a pain in the ass because I wanted the tentacle suckers to be on the furthest back layer, because that would be the easiest to, like, color them in that way. But that just meant coloring everything else was a nightmare, and it was, since the image is so busy and so much, like, I had my lines weren't particularly clean. It took forever. Everything about this picture took forever. I am happy with how it turned out, though, but good golly. This took me days to do. But anyway, I do think this depiction of Cthulhu-chan, I think it's actually one of the best kind of its thing as a cute anime girl. That's a pretty popular thing to do, and I get that, you know? So yeah, I don't mind people, like, I'm gonna draw this not anime thing as an anime character, usually a girl, because people like cute anime girls. That's cool, that's fine. But I do find that usually, the designs are kind of weak in that, and it's fine if you like these sorts of things. But sorry about my neighbor upstairs, by the way. They have a dog, and it's annoying. I don't know if you can hear it, but I sure as fuck can. But anyway, these thing as anime girl designs usually tend to just be an anime girl wearing the colors of the thing. Like, oh, it's Godzilla as an anime girl, and she has green hair. Wow, that's it? You just made her hair green? She can do hyper beams. Yeah, that's not the interesting part. Like, I'm not watching an actual anime about this, now am I? You just made a green-haired anime girl and said, it's Godzilla. Okay, how about you put in a little bit of effort, okay? But I think this is a really well-done version of that. So here comes the shading and lighting. So yeah, I wanted her to be backlit because, in art shorthand, you know, art, kind of, in art, being backlit implies one of two things. First, that they are evil. That bad guys will be lit from behind so that their face is heavily shaded. The other thing is, if you're lit from behind, that makes you a rock star, but context matters a lot. Clearly, but it kind of worked because while Cthulhu-chan here is not a rock star, she does come across as like a pop idol, like she's part of a pop group, in which case a backlighting could work for that. But clearly that's not really the vibe we're going for here. This is a really heavy shadows that I've gone with. So, and it's not to make her look evil, but more to just make her look scary. This was the next thing that took an eternity. It's the rim lighting on all these stupid tentacle suckers. I mean, it looks great. It just took forever. That's the thing, is this picture really took an eternity. And I hope this is a good example of, so often artists who are selling commissions will charge extra if your character is overcomplicated or has a lot of details. This is why. Because while it's very doable to illustrate and everything, to illustrate all of these tentacle suckers, it took forever. It's boring to do that as an artist, and it's difficult, and it takes an eternity. And as especially a freelance artist, time is money. If time that you could spend on either promotional artwork for yourself or a different commission, that's time wasted, which is why they will charge extra for detailed characters. So if you have something like Cthulhu-chan, great, it looks great, but do anticipate having to spend more for artists to illustrate it. Also on that note, if you are gonna commission an artist, do not ever do that thing where you just ask, can I get a discount for no reason? Or, I don't have any money, can you just draw it for me for free? No, this is their job. This is how they make money. So, yeah, you just like how you have to pay for groceries and how you have to pay to have plumbers fix your toilet, you need to pay for a service. So don't ever ask to just get art for free, or I'll pay you in exposure. That's not how this shit works. And when they reject you for that, don't lose your shit, because all that will do is you'll get blocked, and then you'll never be able to get that art you so desperately wanted for free. So yeah, be respectful of artists and any, person who you're trying to engage with in regards to, like, a transaction. Oof. Alright, still going with all these tentacle suckers. That's, it took a real long time. And that's the thing, is since it took me days to do, I started to run out of, things to listen to. Because, I don't work in silence when I illustrate. I usually have music or, a podcast or something going, and I was like, what do I listen to? So I like this background, because I wanted her to look like she was kind of underwater, because, Cthulhu was water-themed. And these little specks, I wanted it to sort of look like eyes, because Cthulhu's an eldritch horror, and it's difficult to figure out what's supposed to be going on with him. Well, that's the point, but we've kind of rendered Cthulhu pretty unintimidating. But yeah, that is Cthulhu-chan. My shortest video yet, in terms of drawn out. For the longest time it took me to draw her. But it wasn't worth stretching that video out, because it would have been boring. I hope you liked her.